Okay, so you've done everything right. You got the degree, you landed the good job, you've got the salary to prove it. On paper, you are a success story. So why do you have that nagging feeling? That feeling that even though you're making more money than ever before, you're somehow broker.
And here's the thing, that's not just a feeling, and it is definitely not an accident. This whole paradox where your income goes up but your wealth stays flat, well, that's a trap, and it has been set for you by design. Okay, let's get into it. So what exactly is this salary trap? Well, think of it like this. It's a system where your paycheck, no matter how big it gets, creates a lifestyle that expands to eat up every single dollar. It leaves you totally dependent, just waiting for the next one to hit your account. Now, to really see how this thing works, let's talk about someone we'll call Sarah. She's 34, she makes a pretty good living, $85,000 a year. She should feel rich, but she really doesn't. Okay, so check this out, because this is where the trap gets really clever. Sarah gets paid every 2 weeks. After Uncle Sam takes his cut, she's left with about $2,458. But the system doesn't just hand her that cash and say, hey, what do you want to do with this? No, it slices it up before she can even blink. Her rent, her car payment, groceries, utilities, they've all taken their bite before she's even had her morning coffee. And what's left over? $48 for 2 whole weeks. And this is the absolute psychological genius of the trap. Sarah doesn't feel poor. I mean, she's got a nice apartment, a decent car, she's successful, right? The system makes you just comfortable enough that you stop asking the most important question. Why am I not actually getting any wealthier? And that right there, that is the trap's #1 weapon, the illusion of prosperity. It keeps you comfortable, just treading water, making you trade your shot at real, actual freedom for a lifestyle that looks great on Instagram, but is basically built on quicksand. But it gets deeper. There's another layer to this trap, and honestly, it's way more insidious. It's not just about what you spend. It's about how the entire system is designed to keep you needing that next paycheck. This is where they slap on the golden handcuffs. You've probably heard this term before, lifestyle inflation. You get a promotion, your salary jumps from 60 grand to 90 grand. You think, awesome, I'm finally getting ahead. But are you, really? Look at this. The second your income goes up, everything else does too. The rent for a nicer place, the payment for a better car, every single raise just tightens the handcuffs because your bills grow right along with your paycheck. And this is the absolute key takeaway. Your freedom is not determined by the number on your paycheck. Real financial freedom is determined by one thing and one thing only, the size of the gap between what you make and what you spend. And the whole system is engineered to shrink that gap down to basically nothing. Take a guy like David. He was in tech, making 6 figures, and he was completely miserable. Every time he even thought about quitting his job, he'd get this pit in his stomach. Why? Because he was trapped by his mortgage, his car payments, the whole shebang. He got a huge $20,000 raise and thought, finally, I can breathe. But then, just like clockwork, his mortgage went up and he needed a new car. The stress level, it didn't budge. And David's story perfectly explains this, right? It's why someone making $30,000 a year can feel the exact same high level of financial stress as someone making $300,000 a year. Because as the income climbs, the obligations are designed to climb right up there with it, keeping you locked in the exact same spot. So what's the real cost of all this? You. When you're trapped, you can't take that risk on a new business. You can't just walk away from a job that's crushing your soul. Your money isn't yours anymore. It's already been promised to your bank, your landlord, the car company. You're not a person. You're a line item. A predictable, controllable, guaranteed revenue stream for them. So let's get real for a second. I want you to ask yourself a tough question and be brutally honest. If you walked out of your job tomorrow, no notice, just done, how long could you actually survive? 1 month? 3? The reality is for over 60% of professionals, 60%, the answer is less than 1 month. Just let that sink in. You are 1 bad month, 1 unexpected bill, away from a full-blown financial crisis. That is not security. That is a very comfortable prison. Okay, so that's the bad news. But here's the good news. This is not some unbreakable law of physics. It's just the system. And any system can be understood and beaten. The second you realize that your salary isn't there to make you rich, it's just there to keep you busy, that's when everything changes. So let's talk about the escape plan. The very first move is a total shift in how you think about money. You have got to stop confusing income with wealth. They are not the same thing. A $200,000 salary, that's income. It's temporary. You use it to pay for your lifestyle. But $50,000 in assets? Now that is wealth. It's permanent, and you use it to buy your freedom.
Okay, so here it is, your 3-step escape plan. It is simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. Step 1, you have to attack the gap. This means you make a conscious, intentional decision to create space between what you earn and what you spend. Step 2, redirect the gap. Every single dollar in that surplus is like a little soldier fighting for your freedom. You send them out to buy assets, things that make you money, like investments or a side business, not liabilities that cost you money, like a fancy new car payment. And finally, step 3, build optionality. You save 3 to 6 months of your core living expenses. This isn't just a rainy day fund. This is your escape hatch. This is your I quit fund. It's the money that gives you the power to say no.
Because, you see, the goal here isn't just to make more money. That just feeds the trap. The real goal, the end game, is to become completely independent from the need for that paycheck. The moment you don't need it to survive is the moment you become truly free.
Look, this salary trap is clever, for sure, but it is not a life sentence. The people who get out of it, they aren't any smarter than you. They didn't win the lottery. They just woke up. They saw the game for what it was, and they decided to play by a different set of rules. And that's really what it all boils down to. It leaves you with one simple but really profound question to ask yourself. The trap gives you comfort. It gives you a sense of security. But is that comfort the same thing as freedom? That's a choice only you can make.